going to do a core strengthening spinal opening flow today. So let's start by laying down on our backs. Lay down. Bring your hands by your sides. Soften your shoulders. We're going to start with some breath work and some movement. So on your inhale, arch your spine. Expand your belly. On your exhale, flatten your spine towards the mat. Find a gentle hug of the low belly towards the spine. Start to engage your deep core muscles. And then try that again. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten. Continue working on this movement and this breath. Seeing if you can play with finding articulation of each joint through the spine. And then eventually find something close to neutral. So find something with a slight space in the low back. Soft shoulders. Without movement now, without moving your spine at least, bring your hands to your belly. Inhale, feel the belly expand. Exhale, feel the belly fall. See if you can find that hug of the belly towards the spine. Do that again, inhale. Exhale. Two more like this, inhale. Exhale. Can you do one more big inhale? Exhale. Fabulous. Now maintaining a hug of the low belly. Bring your hands by your sides. Try to maintain an element of your neutral spine. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, lift your left leg up so that the knee is over the hip and the heel is in line with the knee. Notice what sort of instability this might introduce to your pelvis and your core. You're trying to maintain your neutral spine and both pelvic bones facing the ceiling. Take a big inhale. Exhale, find the gentle hug of the low belly to the spine. Let's do one more inhale. On your exhale, slowly place your left foot down. Let's try that on the other side. So inhale. Exhale, gently lift your right leg so that the knee is over the hip and the heel is in line with the knee. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release the right leg down. Now can you windshield wipe your knees back and forth for a moment? We're going to try lifting both legs next, and then introduce another element. So bring your knees back to face the ceiling, hands by your sides. Big inhale. On your exhale, hug the low belly towards the spine. Maintain an element of your neutral spine. Lift your knees so they are above your hips, heels aligned with your knees. And notice what kind of turbulence this might create in your core. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try two more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. On your exhale, slowly release your legs. Windshield wiper them back and forth. So we're going to get into a tiny bit of back bending or hip flexor opening here. This will also help begin to activate our glutes for the flow. So draw your heels towards the hips, knees facing upwards. Big inhale. On your exhale, use the muscles of your lower legs to lift your hips up. I know that didn't make sense. So you're using your glutes to lift you up. Think about shooting your knees outwards, softening through the shoulders, feeling your glutes work to lift you. Big inhale. Exhale, even here, can you experiment with finding a hug of the low belly? Try that again, inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more inhale. On your exhale, slowly lower your hips to the mat. Take a moment, do what you need to do with your body. We're gonna try that again, but try a bit of unilateral work with that. So bring your knees back to face center. Big inhale. On your exhale, slowly lift both hips towards the ceiling. Very nice. So I want you to root through your left foot. Root through the left glute. Imagine you could lift your right leg up. Big inhale. On your exhale, slowly lift the right leg up. And notice what happens to your body when you do this. Try to maintain both pelvic bones facing the ceiling and relatively even. Big inhale. Exhale, find your hug of the low belly. Let's try two more. Inhale. Exhale. Notice what kind of sensations building across the left glute. Let's do one more. Inhale. On your exhale, slowly place the right foot down. Reposition your bridge. Let's try that on the other side. So this time, root through the right heel, root through the right glute. Big inhale. On your exhale, find the hug of the low belly. Can you slowly lift your left leg up to a reverse tabletop? And notice what happens on this side. Notice if you have strength differences between the two sides of your body. I know I do. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Can you do one more inhale? On your exhale, slowly place the left leg down. Refine your bridge one more time. Take a big inhale here. On your exhale, slowly lower your hips to the mat. Gently windshield wiper your knees back and forth. We're gonna do one more little core sequence down on the floor. So can you start by hugging both knees in towards your chest? Gently rock for a moment. Maybe if you want to do something like happy baby, you can do that. Big inhale. Exhale. All right. Hug your right knee in towards your right armpit. Extend your left leg long. Flex the foot. Point the heel away. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, slowly extend the right leg towards the ceiling for a hamstring stretch. Now, yes, we're stretching our hamstring, but we're going to integrate a little bit of core work into this. So I want you to think of your right leg like an anchor. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, peel your head and shoulders off the mat. Imagine you're pulling your rib cage to your pelvis. And then can you grab behind the thigh? Use it as an anchor and your bicep strength to pull yourself up a little higher. So here it's not so much about stretching our hamstring. So you don't want to think about pulling the leg inwards. Keep it anchored, but use the anchorage to pull your body up and feel a bit of core sensation here. Breathe, big inhale. Exhale. We should be beginning to feel some core fire. Inhale. Exhale. If you want to add another element, you can float your left leg off the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Can you do one more inhale? On your exhale, release the hands. See if you can reach forward, holding this beautiful shaky position. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, slowly release the left leg. Slowly hug the right knee inwards. Gently release your feet. windshield wiper your knees back and forth. That felt good, right? We're gonna do that on the other side. So allow your knees to face center. Hug the left knee in, hug the right knee in. Take a moment, roll. And then extend the right leg towards the floor. Hug the left knee in towards the left armpit. Really flex the right foot. Press out through the heel. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, extend the left leg outwards. Press the heel towards the ceiling. Find your hamstring stretch on this side. Notice how the two sides are different. But as I mentioned, this is more about having the leg as an anchorage. So yes, there is a hamstring stretch, but we are going to use this to develop our core. So big inhale. On your exhale, climb up your left thigh. Use your bicep strength to pull yourself up. Think about pulling your rib cage to your pelvis. Find your core work here. Soften your shoulders. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you want to have even more fun with this, on your next exhale, lift the right leg so it's hovering above the mat. Notice what kind of delicious sensation you're beginning to build. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. For extra fun, can you reach? Hold yourself here. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, slowly release. Hug the left knee in, hug right knee in, gently rock. Phew. That was fun, eh? We're going to roll up along our spine and transition into some kneeling work. So take a big inhale. On your exhale, roll up, cross your legs. Find a tabletop position. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's do a little inhale, arch the spine, lift the head, lift the tailbone. On the exhale round, drop your head, push the mat away. So again, inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, fill the belly. On the exhale round, find that hug of the low belly. And notice how this is similar to that pelvic tilting work we did on the mat earlier. Now, eventually, can you find a neutral spine? So much like when we were on our backs, a slight arch in the low back. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, find that hug of the low belly towards the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Can you do one more inhale? On your exhale, can you tuck your toes, but can you hover your knees an inch above the mat and notice what kind of sensation this might build? Big inhale. Exhale. Now this is pretty challenging, but it's a great way to teach us how we should be pushing the mat away with our hands and how our core should be activating in postures like tabletop and chaturanga. So can you remember an element of this activation for later on? Take one more big inhale. Exhale, beautiful. Slowly lower your knees. Take your feet together. Take your knees wide. Find child's pose. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Amazing. Return to your tabletop. So remember that activation we had when we did the hover? Don't hover, but find an element of that so you feel that your core is on, you're actively pushing the mat away with your hands. Big inhale. On your exhale, maintaining an element of the stability, can you extend your left leg behind you for a bird dog? Breathe here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's move this a little bit. On your next exhale, pull the knee to the nose, round your spine like mad cat. Hug the low belly in. Inhale, extend back. Try that again. Exhale. Inhale. Can you do one more? Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. Slowly place the left foot down. Shake things out for a moment. If you need to come up, shake out your wrists. We're going to do that on the other side. So come back to your hands and knees. Big inhale here. On your exhale, hug through the low belly. Slowly extend your right leg behind you. Find your bird dog. Inhale. Exhale. All right, let's introduce that movement that we did on the other side. On your next exhale, round the spine, pull your knee to your nose, hug through the low belly. Inhale, extend back. Try that again. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Place the right shin down. Take a moment. Find child's pose. Big inhale. Exhale. All right, let's begin to make this into a flow. So, come back to your hands and knees. This time, bring your knees a little bit behind your hips. Bring the shins together. You're in a modified chaturanga. Big inhale here. On your exhale, hug the elbows inward. Slowly melt towards the mat. Come to your forearms. Take your legs wide, wiggle out your hips. Find space. Very nice. So we're going to do some core activation plank work here. It's very much like our pelvic tilting, and this is a good base for transitioning from upward dog to downward dog. It teaches us the spinal movement and the core activation that we should be looking for. So take a big inhale. On your exhale, hug through the low belly. Pull your ribcage to your pelvis, pelvis to your ribcage. Can you peel your hips off of the mat? Find your plank. Inhale, melt your hips down to the mat. Beautiful. Try that again. Exhale. Inhale. Amazing. Let's try that 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Amazing. Slowly bring your head and shoulders to the mat. Bend the knees. Root through the hands. We're going to do a push-up to chaturanga on the knees. Big inhale. On your exhale, press up to a chaturanga on the hands and knees. This time, tuck your toes. Press back to your first downward dog of the day. Now, of course, pedal out your feet. Press one heel down. Press the other heel down. Moving up your back. Moving up your hips. Woo! And then find that breath. Press your heels downwards. Press your hips back. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, way forward to your chaturanga or your plank. Now you are welcome to come to your knees if you want a little extra shake. Stay on your toes. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows inward. Slowly melt to the mat. This time, bring your hands, interlace them in front of you. Take your feet together. Press the pinky toe mountain to the mat. Straighten your legs, lift the thighs. Up through the low belly. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, peel your legs off the mat using the strength of your glutes. Continue to Work on almost internally rotating the thighs as you do this. Try to maintain an element of core engagement. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly lower the legs. Wiggle them out. All right. Let's try lifting the upper part of our body now. You're keeping your legs on the floor for this. So press the tops of your feet into the mat, the pinky toe mounds down. Lift through the thighs, hands by the low side ribs. Tuck your chin. Inhale, peel your head, shoulders, hands off the mat. Widen through the collarbone. Keep your legs on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly bring your head and shoulders to the mat. Bend the knees, rig through the hands. Big inhale. On your exhale, press up to a chaturanga. Tuck your toes. Press back to downward dog. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, way forward. I know we're beginning to have fun with this. For this one, I recommend coming to the knees. We're going to work on that hover. We need to hover between upward dog and downward dog. So inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows inwards. Can you hover halfway around the mat? Widen across the collarbone. Engage through the core. Breathe. Big inhale. Exhale. I know this feels glorious. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. On your exhale, press up, tuck your toes, press back to downward dog. Breathe in. Exhale. We're going to transition to some standing postures, and then we're going to work to develop this flow even more. Root through the left heel. Inhale, float your right leg up. Three-legged dog. Remember that bird dog work? We did find an element of this here. Big inhale. On your exhale, come forward and through to your plank. Pull your knee to the nose. Round through the spine almost like a mad cat. Push the mat away. Feel whatever delicious sensation you might feel here. On your next inhale, press back, three-legged dog. Exhale, come forward and through. Pull the knee to the nose. One more inhale. Exhale, beautiful. Gently place the foot between your hands. Square the hips. You're in your low lunge for a moment. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, slowly float your arms up. Find crescent lunge. Now, when you arrive, if this is not a good position for you, adjust. You want to find something where you feel fairly stable. I'm just going to ask that you keep the right knee over the right pinky toe, root through the heel, relatively square hips. This leg can be bent or straight. We're going to try some pelvic tilting here, but it's going to be used with some deflection on this back leg. So inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, flatten the spine, bend the left knee, hug through the low belly. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flex. Continue working on this. Notice what kind of hip flexor sensation you might feel as you flatten the spine and bend the knee. Inhale. Exhale. Feels pretty interesting, eh? Take one more inhale. On your exhale, flatten, bend the knee, hold this, feel the shakes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, bring your hands to the inside of this foot and then slowly walk, walk, walk to the middle of your mat. And then can you walk over to your other side? So this time your left leg is in a low lunge. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, gently step back to your chaturanga or your plank. Big inhale. We're gonna do cobra. So feet wide, hands in front of you, inhale. On your exhale, press up, wiggle your hips. Beautiful. Now, very soon we're gonna do an upward dog to a downward dog. If you wanna do any version of a back bend and then press back up to chaturanga and back to downward dog, you're welcome to do so, but just giving you a heads up of what's coming. Big inhale. On your exhale, lower down. Bend the knees, right through the hands. Inhale. On your exhale, press up to chaturanga, tuck your toes. Back to downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now root through your right heel. On your next inhale, float the left leg up for a three-legged dog. Squaring the hips, squaring the shoulders. Take a moment here. Find the element of the core work in bird dog. Big inhale here. On your exhale, now come forward through to chaturanga. Left knee to the nose. Push the mat away, almost like a mad cat. Inhale, press back to three-legged dog. Exhale, come forward and through. Pull the knee to the nose. Let's do one more inhale. On your exhale, come forward and through. Pull the knee to the nose. Then gently walk, step, place left foot between the hands. Find your low lunge here for a moment. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, slowly float up to your crescent lunge on this side now. Now, as I mentioned before, if you don't like the position you landed in, adjust, shorten, lengthen, etc. Just make sure you have good biomechanics in terms of you're using your glutes to hold you up, your knee is tracking appropriately. Soften through the shoulders. Breathe here for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's integrate that pelvic tilting work here. So inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, flatten the spine, bend the knee, hug through the low belly. Try that again. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten. Two more. Inhale. Woo! Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, flatten, bend the knee. Hold this. Feel whatever kind of delicious sensation you might feel across this back hip flexor now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly bring your hands to the inside of the left foot. Walk, walk so you're centered in your mat. And then walk, walk, walk back so that you find your low lunge. Take a big inhale here. On your exhale, gently step back to your chaturanga. Take your feet together. Now, I did say we're going to do that upward dog to downward dog. We're doing it right now. You want to practice another flow, go for it. Inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows in halfway. Hover. Hug through the low belly. Then inhale. Upward dog. On your exhale, back to downward dog. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly walk towards the tops of your mat. Allow your feet to be hip width and aligned with the outside edges of your mat. Allow your head to go, allow your shoulders to go. Gently sway for a moment. Now, we're going to do a slow roll up to standing. I want you to use your core and your breath for this. Take a big inhale. Your exhale, hug through the low belly. Round your spine slowly, bone by bone. And roll yourself up. So that your head and shoulders are the last parts for you to come up. Beautiful. Take a moment here. Bring your hands to prayer. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try a little bit of chair Utkatasana of work and play from there. So take a big inhale. On your exhale, hinge back, bend the knees. Find your chair posture. Now, as you're here, try to find an element of neutral spine and engagement of the core. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So now, can you take your hands, can you interlace them behind your back, maintaining your Utkatasana? I know, this is fun. Draw the hands downwards, widen through the collarbone. Maintain that neutral spine. So I don't want you to totally let things go. Maintain neutral. Try to find a widening of the collarbone. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. I know the shakes are beginning to develop in me. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, if it feels right for you, extend your legs. Slowly fold forward. Allow your hands to travel towards the mat in a way that's comfortable for you. So don't like wrench your shoulders, maintaining the element of stability here. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Find that hug of the low belly, inhale. Exhale. Can you do one more inhale? On your exhale, slowly bring your hands back to your hips, round through the spine, hug through the low belly. Slowly roll yourselves up. Woo. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's transition to our next flow. Inhale, sweep your arms above your head. On your exhale, fold towards your mat. Inhale, hands to thighs, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to a chaturanga or a plank. So roll onto the tops of your feet. Press the mat away. Think about pulling the rib cage to the pelvis, pelvis to the rib cage. Hold this, feel whatever kind of delicious core sensation you might be feeling here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, come back to the balls of your feet. Big inhale here. On your exhale, slowly melt towards the mat. So now, bring one hand in front. Bend the left knee. Start by pulling the heel towards the hip. Try to keep the heel central to the glute. Shoot the left knee outwards. Feel whatever kind of quad and hip flexor stretch you might feel here. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly release your left leg. Let's do that on the other side. So bend the right knee. Draw the heel towards the hip. Keep it pretty central in the glute. Shoot the right knee outwards. Find that quad and hip flexor stretch. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly release the right foot. Now we're going to do a little bit of a version of a prone dancer. So, bend the left knee again. Bring your left hand. Open up the palm. See if you can grab your foot or your ankle on the inside of the foot. Bring the other arm, take it long in front of you. Press the little finger edge into the mat. Try to activate that lat. Now, take a big inhale. On the exhale, kick the left leg back to pull you into a back bend and a chest and shoulder opener. Now, I want you to consider when you do dancer in a standing posture, to think about how you do it here. I see a lot of students pitch their bodies forward in dancer. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for a back bend. The idea being this other hand one day will reach the foot. One day. For me, it's in another life. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, slowly release the foot, shake it out, wiggle it out. Let's do that on the other side. So, bend the right heel. Bring the left arm in front, press The little finger part into the mat. Activate this left mat. Grab the back foot on the inside of the foot. Thumb open. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, kick back. Notice differences between the two sides of your body. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly release the foot, release the hand. Bring your hands by the low side ribs, bend the knees. Big inhale here. On your exhale, press up to chaturanga, tuck your toes. Press back to downward dog. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly come to your hands and knees. So I've noticed I'm beginning to run out of time. I'm still new to this YouTube yoga video thing. We're going to lay down, do a little bridge wheel work, and then transition to our final resting posture. So, can you lay down? Oh yeah. Gently windshield wiper your knees back and forth. So we're gonna start with a bridge and a little bit of shoulder work to prep for wheel. And then if you want, you can try wheel, or if you want, you can stick with bridge. So that's the great thing about yoga. You can totally do your practice for you. So let's start with the bridge work and the prep for wheel. So with your hands, you're going to place your hands on the mat, fingers facing the shoulders, pressing the palms into the mat, pulling the elbows so that it faces the ceiling. Now, what I recommend is if you have challenges doing this with your arms and your shoulders, then wheel is not in your practice for you right now. But this is a great thing to practice to work towards that. Try doing that with the other arm as well. So keep the elbows facing towards the ceiling. Press the palms into the mat. We're not lifting to wheel. I repeat, we're not lifting to wheel. But you are going to lift to a bridge, keeping your hands like this, and then just trying to press through the hands a bit. Big inhale. On your exhale, lift the hips towards the ceiling for your bridge. Point your knees outwards, press through the hands. Remember to breathe. And that core engagement. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly release the hips. Release the hands, windshield wipe your knees, hug your knees in, do what your body feels like. So I'm going to show you two things. I'm going to show you bridge with a chest and shoulder opener now, and then I'm going to show you wheel. You choose which one you want to practice. Bring your knees to center, big inhale. On your exhale, lift your hips to the ceiling. Now, if you wish, you can roll your shoulders underneath you, interlacing your hands, press your arms into the floor to lift to a higher back bend. So this is just one option you can do in a course breath. So that's first option. I'm gonna demo wheel. This is the other option. If you are doing wheel, hands to the mat like before, fingertips facing the shoulders, elbows facing towards the ceiling. Inhale. On your exhale, lift your hips to your bridge. Then inhale on the exhale. Lift up. Find your wheel. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly knees in towards the chest. Gently rock. Amazing. How are we feeling? Are we feeling good? So, we're gonna do a tiny bit of twisting work. Just a tiny bit, not deep twisting, just a little bit of very relaxed twisting. So gently allow your knees to fall to one side in any way, shape, or form. Allow that back shoulder to come towards the mat. Just breathe here, big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. On your exhale, slowly pull your knees to center. And then allow your knees in any way, shape, or form to fall to the other side, allowing that other shoulder to come to the mat. Now, it's okay if it's different between the 2 sides of our body. Our bodies are different between the sides. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. On your exhale, slowly pull your knees up. Stay down. I'm just going to do a time check for a moment. So, I just really have a couple more minutes left with you. I'm going to take you through a final bit of breath work. So, lay down, find your most comfortable position for you, whatever that might be. Your legs can go up long, or if they're not comfortable like that, you can bend your knees. You can even lay on your side. Try to get as comfortable as possible, whatever that might mean for you. Bring one hand to the chest, the other hand to the belly. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Try that again. Inhale. Feel how your belly rises, how your chest rises. When you breathe in, exhale. Feel how your belly falls. Feel how your chest falls. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm not going to give any count, but use your own breath as a base. See if you can deepen and slow each inhalation and each exhalation. Notice if you feel like you're forcing it. Remember, this is a practice. We're practicing. But if you do feel like you are forcing the deepening and the slowing, try to find something that's more natural. Even if it means maybe you need a shorter breath. When you are ready to come out of this, slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. sides and push yourselves up.